Welcome back. Today we are baking the softest, most irresistible homemade cinnamon rolls. This recipe is simple for any occasion. Let's get started. Pour 1 cup of milk into a medium saucepan. Add 1/3 of butter and sugar. Warm gently and stir until the butter is almost melted. We'll set that aside for about 10 minutes. Meanwhile, in a large bowl, we will sift 2 cups of flour, 1 packet of dry active yeast, and stir until well combined. In another bowl, we're going to sift another 2 cups of flour and set that aside for later. After the liquid mixture has cooled down a bit, we're going to pour into our flour bowl with the yeast inside. Crack 2 eggs and then let the blender stir until it starts to mix. Gradually add 2 more cups of flour inside the mixture until the dough starts to form. Lightly flour your surface and knead your dough for about 3 minutes until dough is smooth and elastic. Then, taking our bowl, we're going to grease it with a little bit of our remaining butter. Place the dough inside, flip it to get each side lightly coated. Cover your dough and let it rise for 1 hour until the dough is double its size. After our dough has risen, punch it down and knead it a little bit. This will help us get air bubbles out of the dough. From a quick tip from my mom, make sure you're kneading inside the dough so the outer layer can mix in well. Once we're done kneading the dough, we are going to roll it up into a ball once again. Taking this cutting tool, we're going to cut it in half and make 2 separate balls. Shape them into circles once again. Let the rolls rest for 10 minutes before putting them in the oven. Preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Mix 2 teaspoons of cinnamon with a 1/2 cup of sugar for the filling. Cover pan with parchment paper. On a lightly floured surface, roll one of our doughs into a long rectangle. When rolling your dough, make sure it's not too thick or too thin, just in the middle. Now we're going to use the rest of our butter and microwave it for 30 seconds. Spread out the rest of your butter you have just melted into the microwave onto the rolled surface. Then sprinkle a generous amount of our cinnamon mixture. This is the fun part, and you can add as much as you want. At this part, my mom would love to put walnuts and raisins on top. It gives it all different flavors and it's all delicious. Once we're done with our filling, we're going to roll our cinnamon rolls. On the longer side of the rectangle, we're going to fold it until it makes a perfect roll. Once we're done with that, usually I like to score my dough before I cut it. Now we're going to be using a knife or a string, and we're going to cut the rolls into 6 even rolls. Your rolls should look like this. Place them on a greased pan or parchment paper and gently press them down for a bit. Once that's done, we're going to do that on the other side. Now let the rolls sit for 10 minutes before baking. Now we're going to bake the rolls for about 20 minutes. Pull the rolls out and let them cool. And there you have it, a very classic homemade cinnamon rolls, soft, sweet, and bakery worthy, with just a little patience and a few simple ingredients. Thank you for making this recipe with me. If you like this recipe, like the video and subscribe for more recipes.